Farthest Frontier came out this week, and this game is incredibly expansive with so much content. I've had a lot of fun playing Farthest Frontier, but there was a large learning curve for me. Now, I want to pass on the top 10 tips for beginners and the things I wish I knew when I first started playing the game. Tip number 1. Before you start building structures, consider the layout of your city and where you want certain zones of your city, like the farmland, housing area, and industrial sector. By having a general idea of what your city will look like, you hopefully will not run into any spacing issues or progression challenges. For example, you must have a certain amount of desirability when upgrading shelters into homesteads, which are required to progress your town center. Creating discrete neighborhoods of shelters is a good idea so that it is easier to increase desirability by spending the least amount of money. Tip number 2. Raiders are vicious barbarians that attack the town and plunder resources and gold. There are defensive options you can build to slow them down and fight them off, but the greatest strategy to render them ineffective is to build the storehouse and trading post close to the town center. During an attack, your villagers can shoot arrows at the raiders, injuring them as they attempt to steal from you. The range on these arrows is short, hence why you need to build the storehouse and trading post in close proximity to the town center. Tip number 3. Just like in any survival city builder, pacing in this game is a delicate act. Expand too aggressively and your villagers might not be able to keep up with the amount of required work. Build too slowly and the aforementioned raiders might have an easy time plundering your precious resources. As your city grows, there are people who ask if they can join your city, and you do have the option of turning them away. My recommendation is to consider how ready you are to take on more villagers. You might find yourself in deep water, providing for them, like food and housing, if you allow too many people to join your city too quickly. Tip number 4. Although it is not necessary to progress your city, it can be extremely advantageous to build more than one of the same structure. The hunting cabin, fishing shack, forager shack, and farms are obvious examples of this strategy. As your population grows, your food management needs to keep pace. After playing through a few cities, I would also highly recommend building 2 firewood splitters and saw pits. The need for firewood and planks is constant, and progression may slow down big time if you are not producing a sufficient amount. If you do decide to trust me on this and build 2 of these buildings, remember tip number 3 to make sure you pace yourself right. Tip number 5. If there is no visible gold mine located around your city, you won't have a steady, consistent income, which could diminish your ability to provide services to your city. But have no fears, the trading post will be your new best friend. Each year, 1 or 2 traders arrive at the trading post ready to buy and sell goods and resources. Look for resources that are near your city like clay, iron, sand, and coal, and tap into these resources to earn money you need for your city. Also, it is key to wait for the right trader to become more financially stable. If you are trying to sell your resource, look for green arrows that indicate the trader is buying at an increased price. Alternatively, look for red arrows that indicate the trader is selling at a reduced price when you are trying to buy resources that you lack. Take advantage of these trades and you can become just as rich as Jeff Bezos. Tip number 6. The farming system has a lot of nuance to it, but it is absolutely necessary for you to understand if you are going to survive long term. My best tip is to make sure to have a good crop rotation throughout your farm so you can keep food production high while maintaining the fertility of the soil. If there is interest, I can make a separate video over farming to explain all of these details. Tip number 7. It is so crucial to build roads across your city and even into where your laborers are gathering resources. Roads provide a movement speed boost that is imperative to survive an animal attack. Build a network of roads around your city so that villagers can be more efficient, productive, and most importantly, survive any animal attack. Tip number 8. It is important to maintain the amount of laborers that you have at any one time. The hotkey to view all of your villagers' jobs is P. You can see in the top left-hand corner the amount of laborers, and this occupation is crucial for gathering wood and stone and doing any non-specific task like burying the dead, fending off animals, and putting out a fire. Your ability to produce goods will be reduced if this number decreases. Tip number 9. It is common for deer to eat your crops, and you can combat this in 2 ways. 1, you can build a fence around your farmland. 2, you can order your hunters to specifically target the deer that are munching on these crops. I prefer the second method, as it is an effective way to kill 2 birds, or deer in this instance, with 1 stone. I also use a fence, but it is hard to effectively enclose your crops this way. Tip number 10. Save often or enable autosave. It is so frustrating when you are progressing well and then all of a sudden a building catches fire or a bear decimates your village or whatever. Saving often results in less frustration and more progression and fun. These are my top 10 tips for beginners and all those specific things I wish I knew before I started playing Farthest Frontier. Hopefully you have fun with your cities. I'll see y'all later.